Welcome back. Thanks so much. We're continuing our tribute to the veterans on this special show, I guess, as you'd call it. And Dwight Crowley's here, and he's part of this whole operation in Alpena. Tell us about your involvement.
Well, my involvement in this operation really is to attend and just to be honored by these youngsters in what they're doing. And you know, as I look at these young folks, it just blesses my heart because of the things that go on in the preparation for what they do for our veterans. They learn, you know, it's a monster history lesson. As they understand, they gain an understanding that our veterans from Valley Forge all the way through the Civil War, Vietnam, and now our veterans overseas in Afghanistan and Iraq, they gain an understanding of what it cost to make this country what it is. And as they do that, and they begin to understand, because quite honestly, some of our veterans came back without any welcome. Many of our veterans came back to parades and ticker tape and so on, and we had some though that came back to nothing and even scorn. And these youngsters learn what it cost to build this country, and they know what it's going to cost to keep this country great. They also gain a tremendous source of patriotism, sense of patriotism in learning to love this country. You know, one generation of people that don't love this country is all it's going to take to totally destroy it. And these youngsters in Alpena, from the elementary all the way through, are learning to love America, learning to love what it is, what it means to have the freedoms that we have, what it means to be a veteran. Our veterans, whether they served in peacetime or wartime, made sacrifices. Some of them made the ultimate sacrifice and gave their lives. But all of us made sacrifices. We all left families and friends, and many of us, when our peers from high school were building their fortunes and their families and their lands and their houses, we were somewhere else serving this country because we love this country. Somebody had taught us to love this country, and that's what's going on with these young people today. They're learning to love this country. But on top of all that, I'm wearing the pin that I got, I don't know, last year, year before. Every one of these pins is in the box where I keep my awards and decorations that I got while I was on active duty. And when one of these youngsters pins this pin on me, it honestly means more to me than that box full of decorations. Because they're recognizing what we did, not just what I did. They're recognizing what we did so that they can go to public school, so that they can be on a TV program that's not censored. As far as, you know, the free speech part of it and so on.
That's true.
They can, you know, they can attend church wherever they please. And they've learned over the years that it's the veteran that put us in that position. And so I just, you know, I really cannot tell you how much it means to have one of these children, and young people, okay, one of these children pin this thing on my shirt and shake my hand and say thank you. Because I know that they've been through the program and they understand what they're saying thank you for.
Where would we be without this program? Have you thought about that?
This program, in the communities that it touches, has raised an awareness of the cost of freedom everywhere it goes. And I just, where would we be without it? I don't know. We go back 5 years, 6 years before they started this, and look at the appreciation that veterans had in this community, and it's dramatically different. It is dramatically different, and not that I think this program has done all of it, but I mean, look at the outpouring of of respect and love this community gives when one of our soldiers gets killed in a foreign land. Look at that. Look at the businesses. I can tell you, 5 or 6 years ago, there were no businesses in Harrison that offered military discount that I knew of. Now there are several. Because awareness of our veterans and the cost, the price that we paid for everyone's freedom.
Well, and it brings to mind the saying, freedom isn't free. It may be our freedom, but someone had to pay for that freedom.
That's exactly right.
Way, so.
And what we don't really realize is we live in a country, and that is a free country, and we take it so for granted. And take us out of this environment and put us somewhere where there's no freedoms, and we'll be scratching to get back as quickly as possible.
Would. And one of the things this program has done has raised an awareness too of the Cold War veteran. We readily recognize our combat veterans, but the Cold War veteran held the line, and that's why there was not a hot war during all those years of Soviet conflict with America. The Cold War veteran, and these youngsters in their program have helped raise the awareness of that we all gave part of our lives, and the recognition though for those that gave that ultimate sacrifice has also been raised, and I appreciate the Alpena School and the folks that are involved in putting this thing together. I really do.
Well, we thank you for sharing your thoughts on it too.
Sure, appreciate that, and I think they appreciate you for what you've done, and it shows by their commitment throughout the years.
It does.
Appreciate you very much for being here.
Thank you.
That was Dwight Crowley, and we're continuing our tribute to the veterans in this program, and we're going to actually take a break and contact. We're going to go to Fayetteville with a phone interview and talk with Carol Kick, and she's involved with Veterans Affairs over there, so stay with us.